Hi friends, today I will be sharing with you my experience in Dubai Expo 2020. But before we start with my experience, I would like to just give you a brief background on Dubai Expo 2020. So Dubai Expo 2020 will run from October 1 until March 31, 2022. It was originally planned to be held last October 20, 2020 to April 10, 2021. But since there was a pandemic, they had to reschedule their opening. There are three sub-themes in the expo, namely opportunity, sustainability, and mobility, which will inspire the visitors to protect our planet and build a better future for everyone. Hi friends, today is Thursday, it's a holiday and I'm going to go to Expo 2020. It's just past 6 o'clock and this bus is almost full. I will show you the bus. This is the bus, the Expo bus that you will ride in Fujairah. To be able to go to Expo 2020, this is actually free. So I'm here right now in Dubai Expo 2020. We are still walking to the main entrance. We arrived almost 2 hours after we left Fujairah. Now it's almost 8:30 and we left there 6:30. So I will show you how it looks here. So this is the entrance. So the expo will open at 9 o'clock. So we're still waiting for it to open. It's just 8:30. It will open after some time. So while waiting for the expo to open, we will have our breakfast. I have brought my sandwich. So I'm now walking here inside by Expo 2020. And as of now, there's not much people yet. But it's really like you are transported to a different world and that you are not in the United Arab Emirates. Actually, we are lucky to experience this as residents of the UAE because the UAE is the host of this event. So right now, we are on our way to the pavilion of UAE, the host country of this Dubai Expo 2020. So this is the way to the UAE pavilion. Saudi Arabia. We're here in the UAE pavilion and we are still waiting in the lounge area. And they gave us water. Aquafina. So come and visit the UAE pavilion in Dubai Expo 2020. So the first pavilion that I will be sharing with you is the host country, which is the UAE. When you enter the pavilion, you will feel like you are being transported to a desert. And you will be surrounded by a lot of sand dunes. And these sand dunes are interactive. When you get near them, it will show you the rich history of the United Arab Emirates. There is also a very interesting circle where lines are added around it when people move around the circle. When more people go inside the circle, the background music increases. It signifies what Sheikh Zayed Al Nahyan reminds his people. There is strength in unity. The UAE will achieve more if the people unite and help each other achieve their goals. The pavilion emphasized unity despite the diversity of the people staying in it, and that together we can all grow. The next pavilion is Saudi Arabia Pavilion. It is also a very huge pavilion. It has a stylish ramp that goes down to the main entrance. In front of the main entrance, you will see a fountain. Water is dropping down in a stylish manner. And once you go inside the pavilion, you will be greeted by castles that shows the rich history of the kingdom. Then you will see a panoramic screen that shows the different tourist attractions or places to visit in Saudi Arabia. They also show what they foresee in the future of Saudi Arabia. On the other side of the pavilion, you will also see their artistic side. And as you exit the pavilion, you will see an ice cream shop where they sell different flavors of ice cream, and I tried one. The name of the ice cream shop is Sard, and also I was able to try one of the restaurants that originally started in Saudi Arabia, which is Al Baik. But the review for those foods will be in a different vlog. The third pavilion is Switzerland. They had a very wise decision to provide red and white umbrellas because the heat was really scorching at that time. And there was a very long queue. As we were waiting, we were told that we will be hiking the Alps. And once we entered, we were greeted by a very thick fog, and we really had a short hike. The fourth pavilion is Egypt. It was just beside the Switzerland pavilion, and it had a very long queue. And as expected, we found a mummy inside. They also had on their screen the future plan of Egypt for their country. They also showed us some historical artifacts like the thrones that the kings used and other Egyptian art. There were also some games available for those who want to play the games. The fifth pavilion is China. Here in this pavilion, they showed us their technology. There was a futuristic cock there and also a high-tech car. There was a floor dedicated for some medical advances in their country. And there you will find also their sponsor, Sinopharm. There is also an interactive wall wherein when you get near it, the designs will change. The sixth pavilion is United Kingdom. I was expecting a lot from this pavilion, but I was surprised of its simplicity. They showcased only one thing, which was similar to the design outside their pavilion. Here in this pavilion is where I spent the shortest time. The seventh pavilion was Indonesia. When we entered, we were greeted by a wide variety of spices, which was one of their highlights. They also showed their plans for the future, which was to improve their mangroves because Indonesia is a country with a lot of mangroves. And in another portion, we saw some young people do their pledge on how they can share for the future of their country, Indonesia. The eighth pavilion is Norway. Inside the pavilion, you will feel like you are inside a ship traveling by sea. Norway also highlighted their future plan, which is protecting and making the sea better. They also invited us to be a solution in making our sea life better. The ninth pavilion was Colombia. There was a very long queue outside and it was really very hot while waiting in the queue. And we realized why when we entered the pavilion. Each staff really took time to explain the different sections of the pavilion. They showed us that they were really active in sports by showing us a bicycle wherein one of the known players is a Colombian. They showed us also a musical instrument they are famous for, a fruit they are also famous for, and their rainforest. They also showed us their future plans. And on the ground floor, you will find a cafe wherein you will really smell the strong coffee aroma. After that, we took a break to rest and relax in the Jubilee Park. And in the Jubilee Park, we were able to watch the air show by the Saudi Arabian pilots. There was also a band of local UAE students that played traditional and contemporary music pieces. Finally, on to our last pavilion, which is the Philippines. The Philippines is one of the biggest pavilions in the Dubai Expo 2020. It has three parts. The first is the main pavilion, the second is a cafe, and the third is a boutique. So once you enter the Philippine pavilion, like you are transported into a forest, and I felt like it was Halloween at that time. Here, they featured our rich history expressed through art. There was a shadow dance on the wall of the pavilion. It is one of the things that Filipinos are famous for. The highlight here is Bangkota, which is the coral reef, which they have expressed through a ballet dance performance. So I have visited 10 out of the 196 pavilions in my first visit. All of these countries are showcasing the nice places to see or the tourist attractions in their countries. Their aim is to attract visitors or tourists and investors to come and see their country. My top 3 picks for this day in no particular order are UAE, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and Switzerland. So I hope you liked our video for today. If you liked our video, please like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you will be updated whenever I will have a new upload. So please stay tuned for my next vlogs about Dubai Expo 2020. So this has been Lorraine reminding you that God loves you.